Thanks for the confirmation. In this session, we're going to learn about CCNA. Okay, before starting the CCNA, I'll give a quick introduction about myself. I hold 10 plus years of IT experience, worked with various technologies, especially the core domain is Cisco networking and cloud networking. I hold a corporate training experience of 6 plus years online, especially online trainings. And this is a small intro about me. And I would like to speak to some of the members, some of the attendees today. Okay, so if anyone are interested to speak with me, just raise your hand. If you want to talk to me, then you can raise your hand so that I can provide you access to speak. Anyone? Okay, so all right. So I'd like to provide access to Balkonda Reddy. You can unmute and you can speak to me. Yeah, Balkonda Reddy, you can share your experience.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning.
My name is Balkanade. I'm working on two places of experience in TCS.
Okay,
Uh, I'm working on internally support security operations like vulnerable assessment, VOps I'm working on.
nice.
Can I learn network security? It is related to network security engineering, sir.
Yes, a part of security will be covered in this, but
Uh,
this is a very basic a basic level of networking where you will
uh,
be learning about all the things. It starts from basic networking and it goes on till the high level thing.
okay. After the completion course, can you provide the PDF like material CCN?
Yes, we will be creating notes on every session and it will be shared to you on daily basis itself. Finally,
Okay.
it will become one final note so after the completion of the course.
Like whenever we're switching the another company like dumb resumes, can you provide resumes, 2 place of 3 place of experience like that?
Okay. So I can provide you some set of skills which you can place in your resume.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
technical skills. So my question is, why do you want to learn this CCNA course?
I'm working on internal security operations in TCS. It is related to network engineering and cloud security engineering. I was thought about interest about in network security engineering. That's why I turned to CCNA course.
Okay,
And my manager also, you have to learn CCNA. It useful to you and growth your side also. That's why I had to join this training.
okay. I got the point, and all the best for your training. All right.
Thank, thank you, sir. It is network security related like this one.
Yeah, you will understand this exact solution for your network security once we
Mm,
start the session. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Right.
much.
All right. Next, I'd like to give the access to Kedar. Hello, Kedar. You can unmute and you can speak to me. Hello, Kedar. Would you like to speak? Okay. Anyone else would like to speak? If you want to speak, you can raise your hand. There is a symbol. There is a symbol in Zoom option where you can raise your hand, or else you can drop a message in the chat box if you want to speak to me, only just to understand why you want to learn the session so that it will be more interactive. Okay. Victor, would you like to speak? I'm allowing you the permission. Victor, you can unmute and you can speak to me.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Like my name is Victor, and I am into cybersecurity. I did some courses on cybersecurity, and I really feel that to do well in security, whether IT security or engineering security, you need to know network security. Although I've taken some basic courses in Cisco networking, network essentials, where I learned the basics of networking. But I think, the next level is to do CCNA, where, you know, I'll be able to maybe sit for the exams and get a certification in a CCNA certification. And because I've been with Logic Lab, I've did some, courses in the past, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and DevOps. So I feel that even right now I'm doing the Python. So I feel that I should join the the CCN. When I saw it, I felt that, okay, the foundation, the backbone of all the IT is the network itself. So that's why I said, let me take this course and see how it is. Maybe after the course, I can now go and do the Cisco certification. That's
Yes.
why.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to because I feel once I'm done with this, I'll be able to acquire the skills. But and again, I want to ask, are we going to do some hands-on training? Because I see because my intention is to do CompTIA Network Plus and CCNA, but somebody told me that CompTIA Network Plus is generic, but CCNA is specific to Cisco, and you have the opportunity of doing, a lot of hands-on training, because that's what, employers are actually looking for. So I want to know, in this training, are we going to do like hands-on, practicals and, in this training?
Yes, yes. Everything will be a practical things. So this is a practical subject, so we have to perform practical. Hands-on practical will be done on some of the tools, right? So there,
Are we going to use packet tracer, or what are we going to use?
yes, we're going to use packet tracer, and in for some practicals, we're going to see about GNS3.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to learn everything. As you said, yes, you can go for CompTIA certification as well as Cisco certification.
Yeah.
Soon after learning this course, you'll understand about what is networking, what is the basics of networking, and from there, you're going to learn many more things.
Okay.
Okay, so some things like protocols, IP addresses, Cisco
Yeah.
device.
Subnetting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions, Victor?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Yeah.
And okay, so we would like to start the session, but before that, I would like to provide you some information here. Okay. So we have a WhatsApp group or we have some online groups. So you can join our WhatsApp group so that you'll continuously get some information about our courses. And these are other links, so which I am posting onto our Zoom chat box so that you can join to our particular website, Telegram group, Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll be pasting this on your chat box. And also, especially about this batch, if you want to get some out inputs, so you'll have to join our WhatsApp group. You can join our WhatsApp group by clicking on this link. So I'll be posting this link as well, or else I'll be showing you an easy way to join our WhatsApp group. So just enter into our website. So in this Logic Labs website, you can see upcoming batches. And in this, you can see my batch CCNA, and here is the link. You can directly click on this link and you can join to our WhatsApp group so that you'll be getting continuous updates. Someone is looking for resumes, someone is looking for technical skills, or someone is looking for, about the information about some practicals or some sort of scenarios, any sort of network diagrams. Everything will be updated to this WhatsApp group. Okay, so this would be most helpful for you, so you can join this chat. Okay, and today's session and tomorrow's the next session will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube, and post to that, you'll be getting recordings directly to your emails after registrations. Okay, all right. Okay, so we will get back to our session. So this is CCNA. So basically, I will start from what is CCNA. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. Cisco Certified Network Associate. So this is probably a name of this certification. So it is the most popular Cisco certification. Okay. So what we're going to learn in this? What we're going to learn in this? So in this, we're going to learn about the basics of networking. Next, how to configure a small network with Cisco routers and switches. Next, how to protect your routers with security and something like VPN. Next, we're going to see about network management and monitoring. So these are things we are going to learn in this CCNA. Okay, so this course is about all learning about all the things what I wrote here. So we will see what is the certification code. Okay, right. So Cisco has designed a certification named as CCNA. So as soon as you give CCNA in Google, you're going to get something about CCNA and CCNA certification. So we're going to see CCNA certification. So here is your information about CCNA certification. So this is directly given from Cisco, and the exam is a pretty costliest exam. It is going to cost you 300 US dollars. So let me directly enter into Cisco exam code. This is 200,301. Here is the exam details, and this is the cost, 300 US dollars plus taxes. And in this, we're going to see about the topics like network fundamentals, network access, IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, automation, and programmability. Yes, we are going to cover about routers, switches, and yes, some security. It is not exactly firewalls, but we are going to see some security things. Okay, all right. So these are just highlights, but let us see topics in detail. So all these topics are mentioned on in our course content. You can just click on this course content and you'll be seeing all the contents. So today I'm going to show you about some contents and we'll start a basic sessions. Right. So this is our content. So where we are going to learn about, we'll start from information starting from networks. So what is network and what is networking? What are the types of network and what is IP addressing and how to write an IP address and the advanced thing of IP address, which is called subnetting. Then we are going to learn differences between IP, TCP, and UDP. These are the protocols. These are the protocols, or we can say these are the carriers of the data over the networks. Okay. Next, coming to Cisco router. So we are experienced with Wi-Fi routers because everyone has internet around us today. So we are using Wi-Fi routers. So some of us might have got some exposure to these Wi-Fi routers. But Cisco router is used to set up a small network. So we might not have come across this router in our regular life. Some people or some of you who are working inside working for a company might have experienced or might have seen this Cisco router. So here we are not going to get any physical device access, but yes, we are going to use it via packet tracer or GNS3. These are the tools. These are the tools. Okay, these are the tools where we can perform the practicals. Okay, all right. So in that tools, we are going to see and these are called as simulation tools. In these simulation tools we are going to see the interface of the routers. We might not see the physical device, but we will see the interface would be the same. Okay, so to configure a device we require the interface, so we'll be seeing the interface and we're going to perform some configurations. So we will learn about how to start a router and how to configure a router from the basic steps. Right, we'll be seeing some of the components of router. Then comes to our commands inside the router because it is totally CLI, command line interface, and these commands are uh, pretty easy commands because we can understand each and every command. It is not a big language. It is very simple commands. All right, so we'll be learning those commands and we'll be learning some basic setup over there, like providing IP address, providing route, and understanding about how they communicate with each other. And here, yes, there will be introduction of some of the protocols. Protocols, someone of you might seen routing protocols, something like RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, BGP. So there are some set of protocols. So we'll be learning some set of protocols. Along with that, we will provide some authentications. So this is a basic thing or basic connectivity mandatory requirement to start a communication between two devices. So we will provide this authentications. And next comes, yeah, these are the protocols in which OSPF is the biggest protocol. Apart from that, we got another two protocols, as I said you just now, which is RIP and EIGRP. Yes, later on we'll be learning something about IP version 6. So till here we'll be learning about IP version 4 and we'll be working with IP version 4. And now in this course, we'll be learning about IP version 6. Okay, so we will understand about how to how to write IPv6 address and what are the different types of IPv6 address, and we will configure it in one of the protocol as well. Right. Then comes to our local small network. So in which a router and switch are the major devices, or they play the major roles in managing our small network. So if you have a switch or else if you have a small network, then we have some restrictions as well. Something like there are departments, something like HR department or something like internal department and branch office, corporate office. There are plenty of different networks like this, even if it is a small network. At the time, how you're going to manage these different departments or manage the network connectivity between these different designated people. Okay, so that is done via switch, using a switch. Okay, through using a switch, create a create a network. We are going to create a dedicated network in our small networks. All right, all right. In this, we are going to learn about VLAN and the components of VLAN, and we're going to learn some good concepts, good theoretical concepts, and we will understand about why we have to provide this, why we have to separate these departments using this device. So you'll be learning about those particular switch and its devices. And again, it also works again with the same CLI mode. So switch is a device, router is a device which has got an operating system inside, which will be configured using CLI, command line interface. And next comes some of the basic things what we can use inside a router or commonly used inside a router. Router maintenance, yes, and we'll be seeing something about wireless networking. So as I started in the earlier Wi-Fi router, so we will be seeing that wireless technology and wireless networking using a Wi-Fi router device, right? And how to protect our network. It means if someone wants to connect to our network, so is there any protection or does the packet come directly to the network? Will the packet come directly to the network? So the answer would be no, because we can provide a protection. So if you don't provide any protection, then obviously anyone can come into your network. But here we don't want everyone to come into our network. So we have to create an authorization base so that each and every packet coming inside should be authorized. So that security will be provided by VPN, and this VPN can be done over some techniques. So something like GRE or something like IPsec. So we will be learning more about this GRE and IPsec. Both are some techniques. Okay, so encapsulation techniques. So we will be learning about them in the upcoming sessions. And yes, so we have to filter some of the packets. So we have to filter the incoming data. Sometimes our addresses within inside the network should be hidden. Somewhere like we have a machine with some IP address in which there are information related to company secrets or company files, project information, which cannot be shared to everyone. So at that part of time, so we can provide some internal filtration. So where we can allow or deny access to particular users to particular devices. I'm so sorry, particular networks to particular devices. Okay, so that we'll be learning using ACL. And overall, after completion of all these things, we'll be understanding about network automation and network monitoring. Network automation and network monitoring. So you might ask me, what is this automation? So it is very simple thing. Once as the technology is getting higher, So we can see something like everything can be accessed using software. So in this automation, we can see about we can see something about programmability. It means these routers can also be accessed using Python and some sort of APIs. Okay, so we will have a short or quick introduction about that programmability, how we are going to connect a router using Python. So how we are going to provide connectivity or provide automation technique using Python or any set of REST APIs. REST API is a free one. Apart from that, if a company has its own API connected, so everything can be controlled via API. API refers to application program interface. Application program interface. Something like today you're controlling many of your devices using mobile applications. Somewhere like if you have got a device called as Google Alexa. So this Alexa device is also accessed using an application inside a mobile phone. Okay, application installed on your mobile phone. So you will control it via application. That application refers to a small example as API. Okay, so you can also handle your Cisco devices using this API. Okay, so this is probably programmability and network automation. Later on, we'll be seeing about how to monitor your network, how to monitor your network. So what all the tools involved to monitor your network? You might ask me, why should we monitor our network? Right? Why should we monitor our network? So here we'll understand something like network is the only thing. Today, network and internet are the only things which are connecting this world. It means we are exchanging the information. So the information coming from the internet is not always secure. So that is the reason we are experiencing about a virus, threats, vulnerabilities. So network is the place where everyone can send every data, but we have to secure our network in such a way that we should avoid this or we should kill these vulnerabilities or security threats or virus-based data packets. Okay, so our information is very sensitive. It should not be revealed to any other persons. For that purpose, what we are going to do here is, so we are going to provide some security, but still, is our security working good? Is our security tools or is our connectivity tools or is our devices receiving any unauthorized packets? Or is the speed levels of our network is consistent or is it changing? Because this is a physical connectivity. So the device might get fault or the cables might get fault. So we will continuously keep monitoring our devices, our network, and our path only to make sure that the transition is very smooth. If there is any problem, we are going to check about each and everything individually. All right. Okay. So this is about our course introduction. Any questions still here? If you have any questions, you can again raise your hand. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can drop a message in the chat box if you want to ask any more questions. Any more questions? If you would like to ask any more questions, you can raise your hand or else we'll jump onto the topic. Okay, right. I see there are no questions, so we will directly jump on to this topic. Yeah. Okay, so we will start with a basic of computer networks. So we'll go with network. We write about network. So what do you mean by network? Network is nothing but connecting two or more computers using cables. Connecting two or more computers using cables is called as network. All right. And what do you mean by networking? Networking. So network is very simple thing. So group of computers connected via cables, right? Connected via cables. So this is called as network. And what do you mean by networking? What is networking? So networking is nothing but communication, communicating within the network. So when computers are connected with each other, it might be a wired connection, sometimes it might be wireless connection. So if computers are connected together, there should be some reason, right? They are connected because they have to share some information between them. And when they are sharing the information, it is when the data is transmitting, then we call it as networking. Okay, so connection is called network and communication is called as networking. All right, so next important topic is how they communicate with each other. How they communicate with each other. So there should be a source. So let us assume if there are two people, if there are two people, so how they speak to each other, how they speak to each other. You know, right? If they want to speak to each other, they require a language. They require a language. Let's say something like hi, hello, or at least there is a sign language, something like waving the hand. Similarly, if two computers want to speak, they should have a global common language. And that common language is referred as IP. So I'd like to write it as a basic communication service. It is the basic communication service. And next comes IP address. Because because the computers needs to exchange information between them, every computer should have its address. Every computer should have an address. That is nothing but identity in the group of network. So this identity is called as IP address. So if you don't have any IP address, you cannot send or receive the information. If you're sending the information, you should have an identity. If you're receiving the information, you the receiver should have an identity. And that identity is provided using the IP address. So I'll be writing some definition of IP address in my way, and I will explain you about that thing in the next lines. So IP address, it is a 32-bit or 128-bit logical address assigned to a device, or let me call it as computer as of now, assigned to a computer to identify the network. All right. So this is similar to a name to a human being. So every person has a name with which we'll get identity. Without a name, we cannot introduce ourselves, we cannot speak to anyone, or someone cannot speak to us. Similarly, computer has a name for communication, which is called as IP address. All right. Next comes these IP addresses are provided not just for computers, we also provide it for some other devices which are called as network devices. We'll see the connectivity for network devices. So also we'll also understand about these devices. So what all the devices we have? What all the devices we have? We will start from a computer. So every computer has got a network device inbuilt inside it, which is called as NIC, network interface card. Okay, so apart from NIC, so what do we have? So NIC, and in every home you can experience something like today Wi-Fi router, a Wi-Fi router, right? So if it is a company or if it is a set of or group of computers, so then what we see? Yes, if it is in terms of an organization, then we will see something called as hub, switch. I'm going to say about a router, physical router. It is uh, a high-end device, not like a Wi-Fi router. So we'll be writing as a router, and then we might experience a device called as firewall. Okay, so these are some set of devices which we are going to use to set up a small network. Okay, all right. So these are the devices we are going to learn, and next comes how to set up or how to arrange all these devices. How to arrange all these devices. To arrange all these devices, we are going to learn something about a network topologies. Network topology. In this network topology, we are going to study something about the structure of a network. So it will define the structure of the network. Okay, all right. So network topology is a subject which will defines the structure of the network. Structure is nothing but the arrangement. So how you're going to arrange when there are group of computers? If it is a small network, we have group of computers. So all these computers are connected for a single network, connected to a single network, right? So it is very easy if you're on a wireless connection, something like all your lab devices, computer devices, mobile devices are connected to your Wi-Fi router. So your Wi-Fi router is placed somewhere uh, at your home, and to that device you can connect your mobiles, laptops, computers. Similarly, if it is a small network inside an organization, so how you're going to provide this structure? And that structure has to be I'm so sorry. All right, thank you. Okay, so that structure has to be in a universal way, because if there is a problem in this structure, anyone who is experienced with network should easily troubleshoot it. So for that purpose, we are going to follow the rules uh, which are created to design some network. So that rules are nothing but topology. Using this topology, we will understand about how to arrange how to arrange all the devices to build a small network, right? So this is our network topology. Okay, all right. Next comes, if we discussed all these things. Okay, right. Okay, all right. So next thing, we'll be learning something about what is a router, right? So what is a router? Okay, CCNA is a course where we'll be learning mostly about Cisco router and Cisco switch. Of course, we'll be learning some basic connections, but those are the connections which are common in all networks. But especially in CCNA, we'll be learning routing and switching. Routing is done using a router, switching is done or using a switch. Okay, so firstly, we will learn about what is a router. What is a router? Okay, so here we will understand something like, okay, you are setting up or you are building a small network, right? Small network is around 100 to 150 computers should connect or should be connected in a network. So for this network, you're going to you're going to use network management. So if you want to do this network management, we require a device called as router. Okay, so using this router, you can get connected to internet as well as another network, as well as within your network, we can make some managements. Okay, so just assume that if there are 150 PCs or 150 computers, so create we have to create a setup where all these 150 devices can connect to one single place. So if all these devices are connected to one single place, then obviously we require some sort of partitions. Okay, so to these partitions we require some management, and this management is done using router. But I'm not going to take you to that high level at the initial stage. So firstly we will go with a small example. So if there are two networks, let's say two different networks, for our understanding, let me say one more point. If there are two people, if there are two people, so who has different languages, just assume two different languages. So let me say something like, if you're in India, you'll be seeing multiple languages. Not just Hindi, we'll see different languages as well. Okay, but just let me assume. So if there is a person uh, who is in India and who understands only Hindi, he doesn't understand English, and there is a person coming from another place, another country, who knows English but who doesn't understand or doesn't know anything about Hindi. Now, how these two people communicate with each other? How they will communicate? So the answer is very simple. They cannot communicate with each other. They cannot communicate with each other because they don't know. Because because they don't understand each other, they cannot speak to each other. There will be a communication problem. So at this particular point of time, what they do. So to understand their language, or to understand or to create a communication between them, basically we require a translator or a mediator between both of them. Translator or a mediator. Now, who is a translator or who is a mediator between two persons? Definitely we require a third person, right? So no one can sorry, definitely we require a third person over there. Similarly, if you got two different networks, you might ask me why we are referring to two different networks. You said in the beginning, network means connecting two or more computers. Now you're telling different networks. So don't get confused. Network is a physical connection. Later on, when we set up IP address for these devices, then we are obviously providing some identity. Something like this person is Hindi, this person is English. Similarly, similarly, we are going to provide some different identities through which they become different networks. So when you're creating different networks, they don't communicate with each other by default. They don't communicate with each other by default. So to to create a communication between them, we require a mediator, and that mediator is nothing but router. So I'll be writing something like this. So router, it is an internetworking device. So let me call it as internetworking. It is an internetworking device device that connects, let me say, two or even more, two or more different networks. Router is an internet working device that connects two or more different networks. Okay, so this is a basic definition. And not just this, we are going to learn more and more things in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so as of now, I have given till router. So I will also like to give another thing about routing. So what is routing? What is routing? What is routing? Okay, routing is nothing but just sending the packet to the destination. Okay, so let me write something like this: forwarding the data packet from source to destination using the best path. This is something new for you, using the best path. Okay, so routing is nothing but the forwarding the data packet from source to destination using the best path. Okay, so you might ask me, what is this best path? Okay, so to reach out to another network or to reach out to another destination, there might be multiple connectivities and multiple paths. So among these multiple paths, finding the best path is decided by this router, and that procedure is called, or that process is called as routing. All right, and we're going to learn mostly about this routing, how this routing is done, and how the data packet chooses the best path, how the data packet chooses the best path. Okay, so here we're going to learn about this particular thing: forwarding the data packet from source to destination using the best path. Okay, okay, so we understood about some things today. We have just about some things today. So we started from network and we went to routing. Okay, so similarly, we are going to understand deeply about each and everything. So today we have just taken the titles. So in the next coming sessions, we are going to understand each and everything clearly with practicals. Okay, and all the practicals I'd like to mention here. So practicals. So all the practicals will be performed on simulation tools. Simulation tool. One is, this is a tool from Cisco, which is called as Cisco Packet Tracer. And the other one is GNS3. GNS3 is an advanced level of tool. So if you're using GNS3, make sure that there is no other application running on your device, because it is going to take an amount of RAM from your computer or your laptop. Okay, so GNS3 is a bit more closer to the reality devices, because we'll be seeing different devices. Advanced level of devices are available in GNS3, and you'll be seeing, especially we are using these tools only for interfaces. So using GNS3 will get those interfaces as well. Okay, all right. And that's all about today's session. If you have any doubts, again, you can raise your hands. If you would like to speak to me, or if you have any questions, you can raise your hands, or you can drop a message in the chat box. Okay, any questions, anyone? Any questions from your side? Anyone of you would like to ask anything about this networking? One. Okay. Balakunda Reddy, I'm providing the access. Yes, yes. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Okay. Balakunda Reddy has a question here.
Hello, hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, these particles are you are explaining about real-time working like that?
Yes, everything looks very real. No need to worry about it.
Okay.
Because here we are going to understand about the connectivity, small network connectivity. It means within your office. So your office is a small network, right?
Yes, yes.
So we are going to understand about how your office network is set up and how we are going to operate in between that.
We are using LAN and Wi-Fi using.
Yes, it is simply called as LAN. So we'll understand about how it works inside the LAN.
Okay.
Okay, and you got multiple branches for TCS, right?
Yes.
So if you want to send some information between two different branches of same organization, then how you're going to send? You'll be
Yes.
understand that part as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
It is everything real-time work like that. No, we are
Yes,
reading.
exactly. But we will assume, right? We will take two devices, router in Hyderabad and router in somewhere in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
how these devices will communicate. So we'll be watching the interface and we'll be seeing all those things. It looks very close to very reality. Don't need to worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Okay. All right. Amarjit, you can speak, Amarjit. Amarjit, you can unmute. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. My name is Amarjit. So currently I'm working on platforms part like server related. How it will be useful on networking side? I just wanted to know.
Okay, okay. See, here it is very simple thing.
Yeah,
Even if you're using server, you're on server side, so you're going
yeah.
to manage all the connections, right? So even server setup is done through network. If this is helping you for your upgradation skill or something, then you can go for it. So working on server is different, working on network is different. Yes, server and other devices are connected using network, but it is not something mandatory like learning network will help you out to handle your servers. Okay, so if you want to upgrade on your servers, yes, you can obviously upgrade on your servers, but at the same time, if you want to get a next level of administration on both servers as well as network, then this is going to help you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, any
Thank you.
more questions? Okay, yeah,
No. Thank you.
right. Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to provide access to Srinivas. Hello, Srinivas. You can unmute and you can speak.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Actually, sir, I'm in testing, and currently I'm planning to move in DevOps. So, will this class help me to learn the my basic of networking in DevOps?
Okay, definitely. Basics of network is going to help you, but the one thing, if you want to enter into DevOps,
Mhm.
right? So you don't need to learn about these high-level routing switching things for DevOps. So you can just understand about what all the criteria required to learn DevOps. Okay, so basics of networking is is required, but I don't think completely these router switches are also required in DevOps. You just go through the criteria of DevOps before starting DevOps. If it is required, if it is seriously required, then you can go for this course. But yes, this is an informative subject, universal subject. It is running from long time and it will stay on till the world is connected. Okay, so this subject is very good to know information, and if it is required, you can practice this, and this is the costliest certification we have. All right, but for DevOps, I am not sure it. I'm not sure about it. Basics of network is required, but I don't think so. Cisco or CCNA subject is mandatory for DevOps. But once check the criteria. Anyways, I am not completely sure, but please check the criteria.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, most welcome. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, I got a question here in the chat box. Uh, yeah, wants to use it to get into networking, has no experience, no worry. So this is a place where you're going to learn or where you're going to begin learning about networking. And if you are into any certification, if you're completing the certification, obviously you're going to get a huge experience and you're going to get huge opportunities for the jobs. Routers, switches, firewall, yes, all this will be covered. Okay, so as we said, there is a WhatsApp group link in your chat box through which you get connected. You'll get the information over there regarding the subject, regarding the nodes, as I said, you regarding the network diagrams and many more things. So if you're interested, you can connect to this chat box. You can connect to this chat. You can join this WhatsApp group. Okay. So if you have any questions, again, the other participants, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Yeah, Amarjit, if you want to, if you would like to speak, you can unmute and you can speak. All right. So if there are no questions, then we are good to go. And we'll again meet tomorrow in the morning, 7 a.m. IST. And we will enter into day 2 of the session. Okay. So this is our day 1 session with introduction. Thank you all for participating. Have a nice day.